African economy is expected to grow strongly by around 6% this year, and the key to the continent's boom is oil-rich Nigeria, where 1 in 4 Africans live. Despite the country's oil wealth, development has been hindered by corruption and more recently by industrial strife and by terrorism. Our correspondent Andrew Harley reports from Lagos on Nigeria's surging economy.
It's not pretty, but it is booming. Welcome to Lagos, the vast, chaotic heart of Africa's economic rise. And meet Dyer, an entrepreneur and member of the continent's growing middle class.
I think when you look at the level of infrastructure and development that's going on, it's obvious that Lagos is changing. There's obviously more investment coming in. We wanted to be part of that change, part of the growth that would lead Nigeria to, the so-called promised land.
Like many here, Dyer took part in this month's street protests in Lagos, an angry public demanding and winning the return of huge petrol subsidies, a sign for some that Nigerian democracy is taking root.
I think that kind of movement strengthens society.
Do you think it'll make a difference, though?
It will. I'm sure it will, because government can see that society can mobilize at a pinch and is very, very determined.
But all the encouraging news in oil-rich Nigeria is rather spoiled by the chronic poverty and corruption.
There's much talk these days about Africa rising, the continent's economy finally taking off, and there's plenty of truth to that. But here in Nigeria, the real focus is still on the struggle for justice, on a fair distribution of the wealth.
Powerful voices here are challenging the very idea of Afro-optimism.
I think it's just a big propaganda by the multinationals, British government, African governments to just keep on lying to the public that it's all well.
And saying that Africa is booming.
It's not booming. And the corruption has been so obvious and blatant. It's now like a big joke. Because if you want anything if you want anything done properly, you know you have to pay for it.
That isn't changing.
No, that is not changing. It's getting worse.
Maybe, but listen to the young.
If we shine our eyes and we use our brains, Nigeria go better.
A street theatre group rehearses in the slums. Sharp, confident, a giant nation stirring.
We use our brains, Nigeria go better.
Andrew Harding, BBC News, Lagos.